Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. It's Toyota Day, and today we are doing a Toyota Hiace TRH221R or 221R. Now the instructions I had for this were TRH 200, but we managed to get it done anyway. So there was a comment a while back saying that oh, you don't know what you're doing, and you know, when it was on a different Toyota. And the truth is, yeah, I don't know all of the procedures, and it's about kind of working it out. And I'm in the same boat as a lot of other locksmiths out there who are working it out, because there's only so much instructions and there's so many mistakes you can make. And if I make a mistake and somebody else doesn't make that mistake, well, the video was worthwhile. Also, I'm getting the job done. I'm not 100% the guru at all at programming car keys. A lot of the times I'm using different machines and kind of working it out, nutting it out as we go. So the idea behind the videos is to kind of go through that procedure, streamline it for a few people, give you a few hints, show that it can be done. We're using the particular machines that we're using and nutting it out. A lot of people leave some really good comments down below, and yeah, I encourage you, if you've got anything to add to it, please leave it down below. But yeah, as far as saying that I don't know what I'm doing, yeah, I'm not 100% or 1000% up there, but you know what, I get the job done. And I'm sure that a lot of other locksmiths find that when they've got no idea and they can't see anyone else doing it, it's a good place to start and it's good reference. So it's kind of giving to other locksmiths. I mean, if I make a problem, they see it and I put it on a video, they might not make that same problem, and that's a lot better than being a troll and just having a go. So anyway, with that being said, let's get into it. First time I've programmed a Toyota TRH221R. It was on the Lonsdor menu, and I thought I'd give it a go and see how it goes. So let's get into it. Okay, so a good place to start is actually opening the vehicle. To open the vehicle, nothing special, just use the Big Easy tool. Very hard to see the button, especially when the doors were so big, because this was the high roof and the long wheelbase. But anyone who can use a Big Easy should be able to do it. It's a flick switch button on the door panel, so it really wasn't a problem getting it open. Next thing, cutting it on the Futura Pro. Well, you'll see what happened in the video, but yeah, cut the key pretty good. Probably could have done laser cuts or slightly smooth the edges a little bit more to get a little bit smoother key, but did the job perfectly. Next tool we used was a VVDI key tool. Use this to set the chip and to confirm that it was the right chip. The chip we were using is the 4D67 with B2 for the page number, telling it's a master. Key blank we're using is the Silka Toy 43. And then we use another one which can accommodate the chip once we've got the key going. After that, it's Instacode to actually look at the code, compare the code, and get the rest of the key. Got to remember, on the door lock you're only getting 8 cuts, and this is a 10 cut, so had to actually put it through Instacode so I could get those other 2 cuts. Saved me a lot of time in going through the key cutting chart to find those other 2 cuts, so that saved me some time there. The next tool we're going to be using is the Lonsdor 518 ISE, and yeah, that's no problems there. Did try and set the chip on that, but on saying that too, I wasn't sure which chip I needed, because neither of the machines were kind of telling me use this chip or that chip. So we got it done in the end. I used one of the chips and got it programmed and set the chip up, and then was able to program from there. So let's get into it. I've used a different camera this time. Hopefully it's a little bit better. It's probably going to be more shaky, but at least you can see it. The other camera was like 92 quality. So let's see how we go. This one should be 4K. So opening it was fairly straightforward. You got your flick switch here, so that can be done with the Big Easy. Just coming straight down through here, wedging the door. Lock removal, we have this grub screw on the side. Do that one-handed. Looking in there, okay, I can see one hex screw right there, and that'll slide out. Can't read the code, so we'll have to take that out. Okay, the VIN plate is under the passenger seat, and to get to it you need to pop this little lever right here. There's one catch there, and there's one catch there. So you pop those two and you can find the VIN plate there. Okay, removing the lock, I'm using my little torque tool here. Which one? CRVT30. CRVT30, made in USA. Let's go. And it's just there, an angle about there. See. Okay, so that's all the way out. Trick to getting these out. There we go. So that's our lockout. No code visible, but there is a window, so we'll start making that key. Okay, so now I'm just going to do the chip. I've got my handy VVDI tool here. As you see, I'm using a different camera, so it might be a bit shaky. My information tells me it should be a 4D67. I haven't done one of these keys, or one of these cars before, so they're all kind of different. And I think it was Michael gave me a tip the other day to put the chip right in that V section right there. That's going to be pretty hard. So I just want to read it. So I'm just going to go transponder clone and automatic detect, see if it's right. So we're looking for ID67 B2. Okay, fail. Again. Okay, 68 Master Lexus clonable. So it's not telling me if it's B2. My information tells me it should be a B2. Okay, we'll just go back. Also on this Lonsdor, it also does have some functions here as well. It's hard to... Okay, so let's go through the first one. Pin code BO. I've been told I need to make a B2. Identify 43. Yes, yes, yes. Random number. Signature. P07. Right lock. So I can change that. And it's a 4D 40 86. Sorry, 68. So what I've been told I need here is a 67. Convert to this one, reconvert, decode. Okay, so I don't know if this chip is actually going to be right. So let's go back. Let's see if we can generate what we need. Just have two chips ready. Cancel. Back. Back. Chip generation. So I reckon that could be right, but I've been told these are very fussy. So chip generation, 4D, Toyota 67. Okay, place a blank chip into the slot. PCF 7936 is my best guess. Let's pull out. Oh, what is that? Don't know what that is. Really rubbish. So I'm using a PCF 7936. Let's see if that works. Generating. Generation 5. Please change key position after confirming that the key data can be written. Try again. So it's not really telling me what blank chip into the slot. Part of the chip will be covered and locked. Okay, so it's in the slot. Didn't tell me what chip to use either. Okay, so let's go back here. Okay, back, and we want to go down to back, generate transponder, enter, by model. Let's go Asia, Toyota, search by chip, and we want 4D67. So that's it there for all using Terios 4D67. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so it's telling me transponder Texas 4D, 4D, all using 4D67. Important note, this type of car supports 6 keys. Please select the key location, something by down button. Okay, so we want B2, so let's go for position 4 there, because that says that there. Okay, and generate. We don't have a chip in it, so of course it's going to fail. Let's try again. Get my little chip out. Oh, there it goes. It didn't actually tell me what type of chip, and I'm hoping it's not a GTI chip because they're expensive. Okay, and put that in there now. I've got my chip in there. Let's see. Generate. Failed. Okay, let's try a different. Let's try a CN3. None of them left. Let's try which other one? Let's try one of these other blank chips, see if that works. So, failed. So now it's a matter of getting the right chip. Let's try this one. So this is a 67 4067. Transponder is locked. Okay. So how are we going to get the right transponder here? Let's look at what else we got. What about CN5? CN5, will that work? Failed. Okay, so I'll try a CN3. That might work. So I'll pop that in there, push the generate key, and failed. So CN3 isn't working either. 4D70, try that. We got one. Paired successfully. So I used a X-Horse ID70 4D, not VVDI is what my notes say, but it actually worked. So let's just go back, and just read it. Transponder clone, automatic detect. Okay, 67 key 4 clonable. Okay, so that should be our right chip right there. Let's put that down over there. Now let's get on to making the key. Okay, so that's the lock right there with an old Toyota key. Does that work? No, couldn't be that lucky. Does that work? No. At least we know it's Toyota 43. So here's our Silka key blanks here. Toy 43 ATE. So basically the key with the chip holder on top. So we're going to use them right at the end once I get a key going here. So Toy 43 goes in there nice, no problems. Looking for a code on the side. Can't see anything. I'll just turn on a few more lights. Clip on the side, let's just pop that open. Somebody said I should clean my bench. I think they're right. Should definitely do that. So it's marked with a big R here, so right side. Definitely not seeing any code stamped. Ah, there we are. There is a code. Yep, that might actually work. So let's try our luck on Instacode. So we put in our code, we put in the manufacturer, we put in the model. I don't know the model number because it's actually coming up with, when I go to model, it's coming up with Gen 1, Gen 2, and all of those I'm not too sure about. So I'm just going to go by the year 2005 to 2010, as you can see there. Let's do a search. Okay, so that looks okay. 4 is the deepest. Gen 5. we might be lucky here. 10 cut. Numbers stamped on some wafers are up opposite to the corresponding cuts. Okay, cool. So that should be our key right there. So let's cut it up and find out what happens. Of course, I can't blow this code straight to the Silca Futura, so I'm going to have to use my card number and then do it across that way. Which is a Silca card of 1420, as you can see there. I put my cuts in, I've lined it up to the tip. Now I'm using this on any jaw, so I could use any jaw, but the jaw I've used is the one that will get underneath it. If I can just show you. There's the key. So that's the profile of the key right there. So as you see, you flip it over. So I'm going to be holding it in this groove right here underneath. So I've got the V section coming up. Now they do give you a little bit black piece of plastic which goes in there and basically just gives you your tip stop. I like to just do that. Just put that flat on the back, use that little funky tool. So now the moment of truth. Let's see what happens. Confirm. See if we can get a perfect key without needing to pull it apart. That would be nice. So clamp side all, tip stop 4, and let's start. That sounds better. Okay, that key looks better. Looks good. And now the moment of truth. So sparking up the computer for Instacode was worthwhile. Just using a wire brush, get some of those dags off before I put in the lock. So this is a 10 cut key. Now I should have all the cuts because I did it by the code. And what's wrong there? Okay, all the discs seem good throughout the window. Ah, there we go. Just one little sticky one. A little bit sticky. Here we go. I'll just give it a little spray. Give it a little spray. There we go. Yeah. Now that's nice and smooth. Let's cut one of these. I'm going to cut one of these down now. And these little bags are cool because you just pull them open. So hopefully it doesn't do a miscut. So I'm going to cut this and then we'll be ready to do the programming. Let's see how the Lonsdor does on the programming. Let's just pop that back in there. I like the way they go in. That's so nice. And that little screw down there. Okay. Now that's on, I'll put my cap on. That way I can get this stuff off the driver's seat. Test. Perfect. Okay, test in ignition. Okay, it works good. Okay, it knows it's the wrong transponder. Let's get this stuff off the driver's side. For the OBD port, I think we found it. There it is right there. Plug in. Plugged in. Now this is a manual, so I've come in and closed the driver's side door. I'll just put the key in the ignition for now. Now to be honest, I've never done this particular model, so I'm going to see if I can just wing it. Being a manual, I'm jumping in because I don't want it to take off or do anything silly. Okay, so we're on the home screen, the machine's ready to go. Let's go Immobilizer. Looking for Toyota. Select from vehicle or select type. Let's go from vehicle. China. Let's go Hiace over here. Now this is a 2009 to be specific, so we've got up to 05 or 2006 to 2015 or 2015. So I've never done one, so we're just going to see how we go. Now we already know it's a 67 because we programmed our key before, 67, 68. So it's not, I'll just show you the other menu there. It's not a G and it's not the H. So let's go 2006 to 2015. 4D 67, 68. Okay, let's go reset. Well, we can't add because we don't have a master key. Can't delete. All keys lost. Let's try that button. That's all we got, all keys lost. Insert the master key and turn the car on. So we have this master key. The chip is right, we programmed, but it's not a master key yet. But let's just see what happens. Let's just follow these instructions to see if it's different from anything else. Okay, wait 5 seconds. Can you continue to program a new key? Push OK. Normally you have to do an Immobilizer Reset, and with the AD tool it was talking about needing to turn the ignition and things like that. Please insert a new key and do not switch ignition on. Okay, so it told us to switch it on before. Let's just turn it off, take it out, put it in and not turn it on. See what they say now. So we established communications with it in and turned. Continue program new key. Okay. So I don't know if this will work or not. I always thought you had to do a new Immobilizer Reset. Please insert the new key and do not switch it on. Okay. Configuring system, please wait. Insert the first key and quickly switch ignition on and off. Repeat the operation for over 5 times until the security light goes out. If failed to program, please repeat the above. Insert the first key and quickly turn the ignition on and off 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Security light? No, we've got nothing there. So how do we know if that worked? Insert the first key and quickly switch the ignition on and off. Repeat over 5 times until the security light goes out. I'm not sure if the security light goes out. There is a security light. Can't see it. Can't see it. Nothing over there. Is it down here? No, there's nothing down there. Nothing down there. Nothing there. Not down there. Okay, well let's just see how we went. Program complete. Okay. So I have no idea if this actually worked because I was meant to do a Immobilizer Reset, but this is the Lonsdor. I'm just trying to work my way through it. Let's take this key out. Let's open and close the drive side door. Let it know that we're in. Let's put our foot on the brake a couple of times. Okay. Open and close again. That should take it out of any kind of programming mode. Being a manual, I'm going to put my foot on the clutch. And let's see how we go. Okay, I'm not seeing any security light there or there. Oh, Wishka! Listen to that. She starts. Look at that. No reset needed. Just walk straight through the prompts. I've never done it on the Lonsdor before, and it worked. Now let's look at the way we did it. Immobilizer, Toyota, select from vehicle, China, Hiace, 2006 to 2015, mechanical key, 4D 67, 68. So that was basically, instead of doing Immobilizer Reset, I just push the all keys lost button.
Okay, just before I go, I want to give you just a couple of quick little tips here. So it's Toy 43, 4D67 is the chip that we need. The model on this one was TRH221R, which seems to be the same as TRH200. Looking over just a few little cheats here, MVP will also do the job as well, but of course it's going to cost you tokens. When I add it up, if I'm paying $60 a token and I've got account for 2 tokens, that's what they say, plus I also want to get some return on the machine. So what are we talking? $60 a token times 2 is 120, plus I want to at least recover $50 for plugging in the machine, because it cost me $6,000, the MVP did. So let's say I'm charging $50 there, so you're already up to $170, plus I've got to charge a service call to drive out there, so another $80 on top of that. We're already up to $250, plus on top of that you got to make the key, and that's going to cost you some money as well. So a job like this, most people would kind of charge about $500-600, and I think that's quite fair. On this particular scenario, it was a very cheap car. The bloke was absolutely broke. He's just a courier driver, so it would have gone with the cheapest option. We chose a reasonable, we charged a reasonable price. We're not the most expensive, we're not the most cheapest, we're kind of in the middle, and it was one of those jobs where I'm happy to kind of do it because I'd like to see what this machine, the Lonsdor, can actually do. So on that scenario, I went a little bit cheaper and managed to get the job. But when you look at it, yeah, it doesn't really matter what's involved. If the customer can't afford it, the customer can't afford it. So I think if I was to be giving a price of $500-600, I would never have got this job. So we got it at close to half that. And when I look at what it actually cost me, what it cost me was my time, a call out, the whole job. You pretty much watched just about all of it. I mean, honestly, I was done and dusted within about 40 minutes of getting there, and I'd never done one of these before. So 40 minutes and video taping it at the same time is quite reasonable. The Lonsdor worked hands down, no problems whatsoever. Really impressed with it yet again. I want to read you the instructions for the MVP, which I printed out before I went out there. So it'll give you a few little hints, and also I just want to read the procedure, because the procedure was a lot different, and you can tell me which one you'd prefer. All right, so the MVP, program keys, yes, it can do it. Add all keys to be erased, yes, it can do it. Add key only option, manually. Erase key only option, no, it can't do that. Minimum keys required, 1. Pin code required, no. Pin code read, no. But it doesn't need a pin code anyway, so that's irrelevant. Pin code data read, no, irrelevant. Program remote, manually. So most of that's all manually anyway. Now for the actual transponder on this has to be master 2B. We've gone over that. Looking down, programming procedure. So it looks like with the MVP you plug in and you can do all the remotes and programming manually sort of stuff. But you can also do that with the chicken dance, as a lot of people know. They know how to do it a lot quicker than I do. And you can add remotes, remove, and do all sorts of things by the amount of times you do the chicken dance. That I'm still getting used to. I can add a key, but I don't know all the dances, so to speak. Okay, now in the event of resetting, where are we here? Reset, yeah, okay. So resetting the immobilizer, all keys lost. This is what I actually thought we would have to do on this particular car, and it did have that on the menu, so I was fairly confident on the Lonsdor. So this is what my AD instructions, which I pay $350 a year for, I read that before I went out there. So this is what it says about resetting the immobilizer, all keys lost. In the event that there is no master key available, the immobilizer must be diagnostically reset back to a virgin or new state on the AD tool. There is 2 options for reset: Immobilizer Reset and Quick Immobilizer Reset. Blah blah blah. They were one of the first to come out with it. Used to take 30 minutes. Now you do the quick reset, no big deal. Okay, moving on. Reset, ECU Reset. This is a Type 4 immobilizer where the vehicle requires an additional procedure, ECU Reset, to be commenced after the immobilizer reset function. The procedure is almost instant and is found in the special functions menu adjacent to the immobilizer reset function. Failure to perform this function on the Type 4 applicable vehicle will result in the vehicle not starting. Okay, so get a load of that, and let's move down to one more here. Manual procedure, remote procedure. So there's just one more part of that I want to read to you, because when I was reading it, it just seemed like a bit of a headache, to be honest with you. It's straightforward. I mean, you can follow those instructions. It's nothing much, but the explanation of the resetting of the immobilizer. Okay, here we go. Resetting the immobilizer, all keys lost. In the event that there is no master key available, the immobilizer must be reset diagnostically. Okay, so it's basically saying the same thing. Do an immobilizer reset. The programming procedure here. The existing master key must be used. Okay, so you need a master key. There was also another thing here about needing to connect. Needing the ignition, a valid master key to be in the ignition and turned. to actually communicate, which was kind of throwing me out a little bit as well. Also, when you do ECU reset using the AD tool, it'll tell you that it's failed. In actual fact, it's actually worked. So what I'm saying here is that, look, I read over these instructions. Yes, I could put it together, piece it and puzzle it together, no big deal, it's all there. But it wasn't as simple as the Lonsdor. Hell no. I mean, come on, have a look at what I just did on the Lonsdor. I walked through it, put an unvalid master key in the ignition, pushed the buttons, walked through. It looked like it was doing a loop, and it did it. Absolutely did it. Now I'm looking at the AD MVP instructions, and I'm thinking, okay, I've got to do the manual reset, and there might be a timing procedure there as well, and it's going to tell me it's failed when it actually completed, and there's a few other steps there, and also it's giving me information here about the flashing security light. Now, okay, I've done Toyotas before. I know about this flashing security light and things like this. 1 to 2 flashes, unable to register the key. 2 to 2 flashes, reading an already registered key. 3 to 1 flashes means the maximum amount of keys have been introduced into the vehicle. Okay, so all these little things you need to know. But the thing is that I just put an unvalid master key straight in the car, walked through the menu, a menu that's built for a car in China, and I don't know even where it came from China. I did check the VIN on this, so I was fairly confident I at least had the right year and right model, so that was a good place to start. From now on, I'm checking the VIN on everything because it's just too hard to try and wing it without knowing exactly what you're dealing with. But I am pretty impressed with the Lonsdor yet again. And price-wise, when I was talking earlier about the price on how much would it cost me to use my MVP, well, all it cost me today, and considering that the Lonsdor only cost me about $2,000 delivered or whatever it was, so I'm going to recover that cost, a lot quicker than I will recover $5,000. There's no ongoing tokens on that, so I didn't spend $50 doing that. Last time I did a Toyota, I burnt 3 to 4 tokens. Reason I did, because I did the Immobilizer Reset, which you have to do, and then you have to do something else, and then you had to program the key. So it was like 3 steps where it uses 3 tokens, and if you unplug, it'll charge you 3 tokens. And I unplugged, so I burned 3 tokens last time doing a Toyota Camry or Toyota Camry, I think 2010. So on this particular one, I didn't use any tokens. I used a transponder. I used a transponder key shell to accommodate the transponder, and then I used a couple of just standard brass Toy 43 keys, and that was about it. So I was able to do that job at a lower price compared with if I was using the AD, and if I had to account for 2 tokens, it just wouldn't make any sense. So the way I looked at it was I've got to account for transponder chip, $10, couple of key blanks, throw in another 5, another shell, throw in another $10, service call out there. So let's round all that up to like 120, and then I've got 40 minutes of my labor. Okay, and let's not worry about the tool because they're actually paid off. So it makes a big difference. So this one I'm quite happy, and leave your comments down below, and so I'm going to keep pushing this tool and see what else I can do with it, and leave your comments down below if you've had any hit or misses, or if you know anything more about the equation, or if you want to share something about Toyotas, little tricks or anything like that. Remotes also, that's one more thing, remotes. VVDI, not sure if it would have worked, most likely it would have. Key DIY, probably could have done a remote for it too. I do know, and I can confirm, that Silka Smart Remote SIRFH1 would have worked as well. One of those flick out ones, I could have generated it for this and programmed it in as well, but I didn't get the chance to do that because the customer clearly can't afford it, just wants to get up and running, and that's what we did today. Okay, thanks for watching.